I think it's important for me to be upfront and honest and not make you think, oh, like she's got her stuff together and whatever she said she's going to do, it's going to stick for forever. It's okay to change your mind. It's okay for your stack to change and fluctuate. Mine's changing and fluctuating, and I'm fine with it. I don't feel bad about it. Today, I have for you a planner stack update for Q4 for 2024. But first, if you're new here, hey, my name is Lauren, and on my channel, I share tools and tips to help you on your self care journey. As I said, this is going to be an update. So if you haven't watched any of my other videos for my stack this year, you don't have to necessarily watch those first. I will make sure to leave links in the description and up in cards if I don't flip through like all of these. So I'm not going to do like a full flip through of every single one of these planners because this video would be way too long. But I do want to just try and do a really quick update to my system. Let me start first with the easy things like the journals and that sort of stuff. So at the very bottom of this stack is a planner that I recently reviewed. I'll leave it up in a card. But this is an undated 3-month daily planner that I was using sort of like a journal to jot down things at the end of my day. I'll open up to a blank page so you can kind of see a little bit about it. The page that I really want to flip to is the symptom tracker because I really liked that one in here. I did use this for one full cycle. Here is what the symptom tracker looks like. I'm going to scoot this over. The symptom tracker in here was very interesting because I found that the cycle that I tracked this, which was started sometime in September and then it went through like into October. So I kind of started this a little bit before Q4 started, but that's fine. It bled into it. And I did want to mention it because I might pick this up again before the quarter, like the year ends to do another cycle track. So what I found interesting about this symptom tracker was how many days that I had where I experienced bloating and fatigue. So fatigue has been something that's just been crazy for me this summer, starting like, I don't know, maybe in July. And I haven't really been tracking it until I did this in this planner. So I found it very interesting and I have definitely gotten better. I haven't had very many fatigue days in recent weeks. I think part of it maybe has to do with me stopping B vitamin supplements and then getting back on B vitamin supplements. Either that or it might have had something to do with my vitamin D might have been a little bit low. And I did spend a lot more time outdoors in September. And now, as we get into October, I spend a little bit more time outside. And I don't know if that has also kind of helped with the fatigue thing. I am kind of tracking it also, but like in a different spot. So I've decided to put this away because the daily pages in here are really meant for kind of planning out your day. And I was finding that this really wasn't enough of like a journaling for me to feel like it's worth it to continue to use this all the time. So that's why I put it away for now. I do like these little blurbs, I guess, of advice. And I did like these little tips for the phases. I've already kind of been in the whole cycle syncing thing for a few years. So I learned about it a while back and I'm very familiar with it. So that this stuff wasn't like new to me. Because of that, I didn't really find it necessarily helpful to me because again, it was things I already knew about myself and about my body and the shifts and the changes and all that stuff. But anyway, I did want to bring this up because I did use it for one of my cycles and found it helpful in that respect. And I did do some of the like questions in the beginning of the month so that I could kind of create intentions for the cycle. And I did go back to it when the cycle ended to kind of see how I did. And I did pretty well considering I wrote them down and kind of didn't really look at them again until the end. So anyway, this is something that I would check out if you're interested in doing something like that. Again, I have a link. I'll leave it in the description so you can see the full review on this. The next two things that are easy for me to talk about that are part of my stack are my journal, which this is just a lined notebook from Pen and Pillar. I have a video where I shared my thoughts on their notebooks and I did a planner review earlier this year. But this little journal is just lined, it has a little spot for the date. And I've just been using this whenever I feel like I need to just free write and word vomit. I've been doing journaling my whole life like this, where I just sit at the end of the day, not every day, but on times when I feel like I need to process my thoughts. I have big feelings, that sort of stuff. Accomplishments, sometimes I use it to jot down dreams I've had, memories that I want to try and remember to look back on. It's all kind of in one spot. And that's what I use this notebook for. And then this is just a perpetual calendar from Erin Condren that I started in the beginning of the year that I use to keep track of my yoga practice. And if you are following me on Instagram, you probably have noticed that I've been very bad about being up to date with posting when I finish the month. So I apologize for that, but I'm still doing it. I'm still tracking it in here. I just have been very bad about sharing it. Okay, another thing that is still the same from previously is me using, even though this is an Erin Condren cover and you see like an Erin Condren like sticky note thing in there, this is a Plum paper planner. I do have a review of it. It's a monthly planner. So I'll flip to a blank month so that you can see what it is. It's basically just a dashboard page, a line notes page, a monthly view. This is where I keep track of the videos that I've posted, or I'll use sticky notes when I'm like pre-planning it. Once the videos actually get posted, I actually write it in here. And then I've got a bunch of line notes pages for each month so I can write out ideas and thoughts for my email that I send, video ideas, outlines, that kind of stuff. That's what I've been using these pages for. Just keeping all kinds of notes for my YouTube channel and Instagram and emails and that kind of stuff. Anything related to content that I need like a space to write it down, I've been putting in here. So that's continuing until the year ends. This goes all the way through the end of December. I have two more things. So, well, I guess technically three if you want to count this as a separate thing from here, but I consider this part of my budgeting system because this is what I use for logging my checkbook register. So it's really just a dot grid. No, not dot grid. It's just grid. And this is from Sterling Ink. It's a TN booklet. And I've been drawing out the lines for what a checkbook register looks like. If you're old enough to know what a checkbook register looks like and you use one, then you can imagine how I've got this written out. So I just kind of fill it in. I'm not going to show you exactly what mine looks like now, but filled in because that's personal information. However, I did want to show you this because this is what I use. And I do not keep it in here because I regularly grab this anytime I swipe my debit card. I jot down the transaction in here to keep track of it. So that's still working. I started this one in March because I was finishing out like a Hobonichi little book. And so this one started in March and it has 64 pages and I'm only on page 30. So March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. So that's about 7 months. So I'm probably going to be able to get another 6 months at least out of this one. So this will definitely um, be carried over into 2025 and I won't start a new one of these logs until I finish. So this stays. I really like this. And this is new. This cover is a Moterm. I picked it up secondhand from a girl in the planning community. Hannah, thank you so much for selling this to me. I love it. I already had a Moterm that I purchased that was in an A5 size, but those do not fit A5 coils. So I needed to get a letter size. So she was selling her letter size and I went ahead and grabbed one because I was not 100% happy with the cover that I had started the year with, which was from Plum Paper, because this planner that's in here is a Plum Paper planner. And I will flip to a blank month so you can see what the layout of this planner is. So it's got a dashboard page, a lined page, the monthly view. This is what the weeks look like in here. I personalized it. I have it say this week's paycheck, bills this week, and then I've got these little flags. So what I like to do is the bills get listed out right here for that week's paycheck. My husband typically gets paid every week. And then on this side, I write down what the bill amount is. And I have these little page flags that I carry over from month to month. So as I pay the thing, I rip it off, and then I move it to the next month or whenever the next frequency is for that item. And that's been working really well for me for a really long time. I don't think I'm going to be going back to using a plum paper coil. I think I'm going to be just doing a notebook for 2025, but we'll see whenever I get to that. I'll make sure to do a 2025 stack update once I am ready to do that and solidify what my plans are. But basically, this has been one of the changes that has been made is just the cover. I've been keeping my checkbook register, not my checkbook register, my checkbook itself in this little zipper here. So it's staying together. And there's this huge pocket here that I could use to stick papers in. It'll fit like a full letter size bill in there if I wanted to use it for that. But the only thing that's changed is I have it in a different cover, which works better for me. I hold my cards, and it's got a slot for me to hold my pen that I use when I write in here. It is a friction because sometimes there are changes that I need to make and I erase, and it's just easier than me scratching all over the place. It makes it look cleaner. But that is what I'm using for my budget planning. And then the last planner that I am still using that I started in July is I don't want you to see all my goals. I have like a ton of sticky notes on the inside cover, but it is a life planner. My daughter used one of my Moxie Life sticky notes. This is what happens when you leave your sticky notes out on the counter. Your kids tend to use them. But anyway, this is my A5 Daily Duo. This is the one that started in July through the end of the year. I'm planning on holding on to this at least until then. I have been using the daily pages when I need them. Mostly been using the weekly spreads. I do have some marked here so you can see kind of how I'm using the weekly pages, but pretty much I have to date it because these weekly pages are not dated. And then I just kind of map out what's going on for my schedule. And then here's another example of another week. But pretty much that's how I've been using it. And if I really have a busy day that I have a lot of things I need to do, I will use a daily page. Let me find a daily page for you. Okay, here's a good example of a daily page. Pretty much just me writing it with pen, and that's it. I haven't really been using too much color in it because the pages already have a little bit of color. My idea with this was I was using Moxie Live. July happened, and I will do a different video for another self-care update to go more into detail about this. But July happened, and I felt sick, and I had a trip to the emergency room in early July, and basically spent the rest of like the next 2 months just kind of relaxing and taking care of myself. And I didn't really use my Moxie Life system at all. I just kind of, what I had planned on doing was using this page to write in my weekly actions and kind of draw out, each of the sections. But like I said, my priority became taking care of myself. You'll know if you are subscribed, I didn't post any videos for 6 weeks. So I basically kind of just stopped using Moxie Live. And I don't care that I did. I mean, I don't feel like a failure, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It is what it is. It happened. At this point, I don't feel like it's something that I need right now. I'm still in the midst of a lot of stress at the moment. My husband, you can see right here on this page, his last day of work was on September the 21st, and he still, as of right now when I'm recording, October 14th, he has not gone back to work. He was laid off. The job ended. Don't feel sorry, please, because this is just a line of work that he's in. It happens. And Basically, bottom line, I've just been prioritizing spending time with him and haven't been forcing myself to try and like get things down on paper and worrying about getting goals accomplished and that sort of stuff because there's just a lot of things going on and a lot of stuff on my mind mentally. Like it's just taking up mental space, I guess, is the best way to describe it. So I put that away. I don't know if I'm going to return to Moxie Life in 2025. At this point, I do not have any plans to, but I could change my mind because it is still October. There's still a lot that can happen between now and the end of the year. And then even into the year, I might change my mind. Going into the year, I might decide, you know what, let me go ahead and pick up something. But for now, this is what's working in my life. This is what I need. I need something simple. I need something not complicated. I use the monthly views to just keep track of all the main appointments as I schedule things. And then every week I sit down and I write out what's happening just for the week so I can see the week view. And for the most part, I haven't really been using the daily pages except when I like really need it. And I feel like there's a lot that is, I need to do, then I'll use that. So, but for the most part, this is what's been happening. For my life, my kids are about to get into soccer season. They starting soccer practice this week. So things are about to get really crazy. My son is marching, so there's a lot of things that are about to start happening. This is my crazy season. Between now and Christmas time, it's a lot of things going on. So this is usually when like my daily planner becomes like what I need in order to keep my head on straight. And my journal, like I just need my journal. I just need a place to write down the things so I don't forget something, and that's it. That's how we're gonna roll until the new year. And when that happens, I'll update with another video. I don't know if I'll have a 2025 stack video before 2025 or if I will have one a little bit after. I'm not making any promises because this video is late even and I have no idea how much longer my husband's going to be in between jobs. Hopefully, sharing this stack is hopefully, sharing the stack has helped you to maybe feel better about your own situation. Maybe you've done the same thing and you've completely let go of one of your planners that you swore to God that you would not let go of, as I kind of did. I swore I wouldn't, especially because last year was just kind of like my ride or die. That's just not been the case for me this year, and I'm fine with it. I feel fine. I feel okay. I'm glad I was able to sit down and film this finally. I think it's important for me to be upfront and honest and not make you think, oh, like she's got her stuff together and whatever she said she's going to do, it's going to stick for forever. It's okay to change your mind. It's okay for your stack to change and fluctuate. Mine's changing and fluctuating, and I'm fine with it. I don't feel bad about it. It is working for me at the moment, and hopefully yours is working for you too. If you want to share in the comments what your current stack system looks like compared to how it did in the beginning of the year, I'd love to know if like you're using completely different planners than you were in the start, or if only some of the things are still in your stack. Um, if you want to share your thoughts on 2025, if you've already decided on what's going to happen for 2025. If you didn't see the video that I did before this, I did a Sprouted Planner 2025 review because I am planning on using that one in 2025. It might replace my Moxie Life. So that's why I said I don't know if I'm going to do a Moxie Life next year because that might be just enough for me for this next season in my life. So, anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more videos like this and if you want to definitely be updated on my stack, make sure you subscribe and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.